Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the UK Connection. Hope you're all having a great Saturday, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're from, wherever we're from here. We're loving being here for you. So I want to introduce my co-captains as always each and every week, Mr. Simon Bray and Mr. Steven Reid, all the way from the UK. What's going on, guys?
Hot. It's warm here.
Very warm.
And we don't have houses with AC that breaks, Peter, so we just have to suffer it anyway.
Yeah, when you get used to central air, man, when it breaks, oof, no good. Thankfully, we're cooling down a little bit here. So our what seems like the last month of 90, 95 plus degree temperatures and high humidity, the last 2 days, it's been like in the mid upper 80s, which that's still hot too, but man, it's been bad. So yeah, I hope you guys cool down a little bit too, because this summer's been brutal.
What's it like over there in Canada, Martin? Oh, sorry, wrong show.
Snowing, definitely snowing.
That was good. I will have to mention that on my call with Martin tomorrow. So before we get into the topic of today, which we're revisiting some of our favorite concert experiences, this time from 2018 to today, of course, we got to get the beverages out of the way first. So Simon, what you got? What are you going to share with us today?
Thanks for asking.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very, very much. Now, I don't know if you know that this is a trip around the houses. So, if you are that person that puts the time in for when we actually start talking about music, it's going to be a while. Right. So my degree is in communication studies, right?
Mine too.
That's an actual proper degree. I don't think it is now, but it used to be, you know what I mean? And I tend to pay attention to linguistics and stuff like that. So I am quite aware of what a number of my fillers are. Yes, indeed I am. I am aware of what I do. Yes, indeed I am. Yeah. I'm very much. I know that one of the things I say relatively often is that I'm not a performing seal, and then I go on to prove that I actually am a performing seal. Right now, you remember the other week when I decided I'd have some baby shower.
Yes. And
somebody facetiously, I think, in the comments said, "Well, why don't you? Did you go back to the 70s and can you get some Mackison?" So the answer to that is yes, I can.
Nice.
Yes, some Mackison Stout. I actually went all the way back to 1975. Got some Woodbine as well, and some John Players and everything. Even though I've never smoked in my life. And do you know what? I'm going to have 15 of these while the show is on, and then I'm going to drive home, even though I'm actually home, because this is a monumental Greg Hart style 2.8%. But I'm guessing as must have been lying around in Huddersfield Morrison's for the last 45 years, it's probably like really, really strong now. But yeah, Mackison Stout, very much from the past. And you'll be excited to know I've got another one for next week. Oh yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, don't challenge me, motherfuckers, because I'm up for it.
Oh, I dread to think what's going to be in the comments now. Don't challenge me, motherfuckers.
As long as it's not Liger, I don't care.
Oh dear. Well, before I get on to what I'm drinking, I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing, because Toxic by Design were kind enough to send me a free t-shirt, and I'll take a free t-shirt. I took free cider last week, so I'll take it this week. This is quite cool, isn't it? Look at this. Yeah, see?
Very cool. Very cool indeed.
Even on me, it looks quite good, and that says something.
So people are wondering, they're like, well, Pete, didn't you wear one of those like a couple months back? I'm like, yes, I did, because he wants to make sure we all have a copy of that. So
see, Peter's got that many t-shirts that he puts them in the drawer, closes it, and eventually they fall out the back and they land in my house. That's what happens.
See how easy that is? Yes.
That's what happens. If you guys go check the back of your drawers, you'll find some of Peter's t-shirts too.
Yeah, they're there. Trust me.
Something like that. So I feel a little bit better about my 5.6. Okay, because Simon's is up there. Now, I've had this before on the show. I am not ashamed to have another brazen DDH pale from the Abernight Brewery, which is very local to me. It's very good. I bought quite a lot of it when I was there a few weeks ago, so you may see it again as well, to be fair. It does look pretty dastardly. It really does. I have to say that, but it's just phenomenal stuff. So hoppy, so citrusy. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite discoveries of recent times. So I'll make another appearance, I'm sure.
5.6%. So I'm with you on that one.
There you go. Absolutely.
Would you say 4.6?
No, this is 5.6. This one.
5.6. All right. And Simon's is 2.8, right? Something like that.
0.9 or something.
0.9. Okay. All right. Well, I don't quite go that low, but I have chosen a Blue Point Summer Ale from Blue Point Brewery in Patchogue, New York, right? I think it's Patchogue, New York. Yes.
That's not a real place.
Patchogue.
Patchogue.
That's like Poughkeepsie. That's not a real
It's not Poughkeepsie. It's a Long Island. This is a Long Island beer. So Patchogue.
Oh, Patchogue. That's right. Yeah.
Patchogue, right? Patchogue. So this is a Jack Toledano beer. Jack Toledano, frequent guest here on Sea of Tranquility from All or Not According to Jack. So this is 4.5. This is a summer ale, so they call it a golden ale, but it's pretty light for the summer. And I'm going to attempt to. Do you hear that? Let's see.
Oh, pouring live, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going live. This will be good. Trust me. Oh, yeah. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect pour in my Clemson Brothers Brewery pint glass. Just enough carbonation, nice light golden color. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, Mazarias.
All right. So now that we got the alcohol conversation part of this episode out of the way, let's move on to 2018, right? We're going to start 2018. So basically this will conclude the whole concert experiences roving number of episodes that we've been doing over the last couple of months, although we do have another You Saw Who in us, I think, at least one of those. So, but for now, I believe this is the last one, right? Haven't we covered all the years since we started? I think so, right? Yeah.
I think this is we're coming right up to date, 2018 to the present day. And that should round out the whole
since vaudeville, we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Simon, why don't you kick us off with 2018? What do you got?
I'd absolutely love to. It would make me happy to do so. Because in 2018, February the 2nd, guess what I did?
What did you do?
I stepped right outside the CLT paradigm. Yes, I did. And instituted what many people are now calling a tradition of it's Simon's birthday. So he's going to go, So he's going to go and see the Anti-Nowhere League. Yes, he is. You'll like them, Pete. They're very punky.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
You won't like them, Peter. No, but they're all right.
Arguably best known for doing So What, that Metallica covered. Yeah. And here, look, there's me and Animal. That's fine. Most people, as I may have said in the comment previously, most people have pictures of the kids. I have a picture of me and Animal from the Anti-Nowhere League. And what Simon's birthday these days kind of entails is that the leagues generally play somewhere around near me on my birthday. So me and my best friend Steven, we go and get absolutely wankered. Go watch the league, and then afterwards, you're my best mate, Animal. I love you. That's
Simon, can I see that picture again? Is he smiling? Is he actually pleased to see you?
Yeah. Well, no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, he's pointing at me like he's really pleased.
Like it's.
That short haircut on Simon back then. Woohoo!
No. No, I nearly tailed it up tonight as well, but I just couldn't be asked. Yeah, so yeah, that was February the 2nd, and my abiding memory was when Mrs. Simon picked us up, and I informed her that it was the best birthday of my life, and it's a long walk back.
Not wise when she's not there.
She's like, what about last year when I bought you this and I took you there?
Yeah.
Like,
was that not a birthday one?
That was my 40th birthday. Yes, it was.
Surely that's the best night of your life. I mean, it's not often you come across someone that uses fairy liquid that is famous, sings songs and is in a cupboard.
On PowerPoint. No, it's not often that happens. No. Anyway, let's move along, shall we? So am I doing all my 2018s?
Yes.
It's not exactly shit, lads. We did. I saw Eden's Curse supporting Michael Schenker because I wore T-shirts for a long time. Michael Schenker was excellent, and it's always good when somebody starts off a gig before they play a single note, where they get up there and they slag the brother off for a few minutes. I find that could be the best possible way to do it. None of this like walking onto music or the lights going down and shit. Get on there, slag your brother off. I think that's
How many different acts could that be, do you think? Because it narrows it down. I mean,
I'd never go and see Oasis or either of the Gallagher brothers, so we could
Kinks, possibly.
Kinks.
The Kinks.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Answers very much in the comments below. Yes. Yeah. And also in 2018, that's where I believe, I know I did, I saw Nashville Pussy at the Rebellion Rock Bar in Manchester, and I'd been waiting many years to see the Pussy. But that's enough about my personal problems. No. Okay, so I've been waiting a long time to see that particular band, and I was pretty much by myself in that. There really wasn't exactly heaving. Really wasn't.
It wasn't a night of heaving pussy.
Stephen, there's no need to stoop to that level, is there? I just can't take you anywhere. But they were great. They were really really good. I utterly enjoyed them. And of course, as I've said before, clearly I'm on that album live in the UK, and that check must be coming through the door very, very soon.
Yes.
Yeah. That was pretty much my 2018.
Cool. Some good stuff. Steven, what do you got?
Well, I've definitely mentioned one of these before. So on the 15th of October in 2018, I saw Deep Breath, because this is a catchy band name. I saw Punky Meadows and Frank Domino of Angel play Angel. So they're obviously allowed to use the word Angel in their band name often, as long as they don't call it Angel. Anyway, so with that Edinburgh Barrowmans, which, as I've explained before, is basically a brick oven that you walk into, and it was reasonably well attended, to be fair, but obviously not well enough attended that people have bought tickets for the Glasgow show that was meant to be roughly about now, because it was cancelled. They cancelled half the UK tour around about there, I presume, through low ticket sales, because they didn't cancel the whole thing. So if I've offended
Did you
it,
not?
then I'm really sorry. They did pull the whole thing, as they didn't at the start, because I actually put that question out there on Twitter. Has anyone else had the gigs cancelled? And some guys no, and there were still tickets on sale for some shows. So was the whole thing pulled? I mean, if it was, I feel better. I mean, if I'm going to suffer, everyone should suffer.
Yeah, very much so.
Fine, that's good. I'm okay. I'm down with that. That's okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were great. That's the point.
I think here they actually tour as Angel now, if I'm not mistaken. Here. I don't know if this
I think actually that the tour that didn't happen or hasn't happened and won't happen was billed as Angel. But there was clearly some litigation flying about, because I mean, you wouldn't go out under that name unless you absolutely 100% had to.
Yeah. I mean, they're founding members. I don't know what the issue is, but whatever. Who knows? There have been weird things have happened. So yeah.
Yeah, being founding members, and then they're still owning what you had. Two different things.
Yeah, true.
There you go. So yeah, I mean, they were absolutely brilliant. Band name aside, it was a dream come true to see Angel, because I have loved them for decades, and I just obviously presumed that chance would never come round, because, well, they didn't exist.
Yeah.
So when they released an album, and I know, Peter, it's not to everyone's taste, I really like it. I think it touches on a lot of the Angel eras, maybe not cohesively, because it touches on maybe all the Angel eras. It's maybe part of the problem of Risen. However, I really like it.
I like it too.
They played a night of classics. That's really what they did. And it was just outstandingly good. So yeah, brilliant. And I would love to see them again. So hopefully they can come back to the UK, no matter what the name is. And then on the 4th of December 2018, I saw the Wild Hearts, which is not a shock. And there you go. It's like I say them because it's a filler, because I say the Wild Hearts so often, but I actually haven't spoken about them as a feature, as a gig I've been to very often throughout this whole series. I've maybe mentioned offshoots and various things. So this gig was at the Glasgow G3, which is not normally and hasn't really been a rock venue. But the EBC, which was, burnt to the ground, so bands of that size needed somewhere else to play. And it's a really nice venue. It's a really cool venue. It's very concrete, and you kind of walk in and think, sounds going to be crap. Wasn't. think there's going to be no atmosphere. There was. And it was just really good. And for Wild Hearts fanatics, of which I definitely class myself as one, to see the lineup of Ginger, CJ, Rich, and Danny back on bass was a dream come true, because it had been decades since those four in that configuration had got on stage for a full show. They'd done a couple of encores when it was clear that we're starting to at least talk again. And you could kind of sense what was going to come. But it was just utterly fantastic, I have to say. It didn't last, but we'll come to that. So yeah, that's my 2 for 2018.
I've got an interesting little contest, so to speak, for all of you viewers who watch us religiously every week, and especially during all of these favorite concert experiences episodes we've been doing. Let's see who can name the one act from each of us that we have seen the most all throughout the years that we've been going to concerts, because we have mentioned who they are plenty of times. So I'm not going to say any more. All right. Steven kind of maybe gave one away just now, but
well, I actually need to count. I now know that I need to count, because it's between two.
We probably have a couple, right? Yeah. See, for me, I know which one. I know there's one that's a bit above another one. Simon, I think I have an idea of one of yours, but there's a couple too that you've mentioned a lot. So I won't say any more. So for those of you who are watching, who want to take a guess, put them down in the comments. We'll be checking them out. Little bonus, no prize you get, but at least
as a prize, if you check the back of your T-shirt drawer, Peter will leave you one in there.
There you go. Fine. Yes. Yeah. There you go. Very good.
I hang my T-shirts up.
What's that?
I hang my T-shirts up.
Do you? Simon, I got too many of them.
That's all I've got.
I need like 5 closets.
I don't wear shirts or anything. It's got me so much trouble at work. What are you dressing like?
Something on your legs.
Sorry?
You must have something on your legs. You don't just wear T-shirts. There's something below that, is there not?
You're just being facetious now, aren't you?
I mean, I only wear T-shirts. I mean,
I'm not big.
I'm 99 times out of 100, I work in this room. So
I'm supposedly responsible adult.
I do have button-down shirts and stuff because I do travel for work occasionally and whatnot. But yeah, no, I have way too many T-shirts to be hanging them all up. Way too many. It would take up this whole house. It's just,
I've had to find a specific way of folding them to get more in the drawers.
that's the issue now. So now I'm rolling them up and put them in like tubes. It's ridiculous. It's gotten out of control. All right, 2018. I saw a bunch of notable things. I'm just going to kind of plow through a few real quick. Uriah Heep headline act, February 24th at the Paramount Theater in Peekskill, New York. Very good. I always like going to see Uriah Heep. I try to catch them every time they come around. That was dynamite. I saw Judas Priest twice in 2018. I've seen them 4 times since 2018. The first time was March 20th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, along with Saxon, who were great, and Black Star Riders, who were, as I think we talked about on a previous episode, had like the worst sound I've heard in a band in a long time, but they were actually really good. So a Government Mule and Blackstone Cherry at the Palace Theater in Albany, New York, April 26th. That was outstanding. I hadn't seen Government Mule in like 20 plus years, and they were incredible. Here's a good triple bill: Foreigner, Whitesnake, Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Experience, June 16th at Saratoga Performing Arts Center. That was great. Priest and Deep Purple, September 2nd at Bethel Woods. Priest were amazing, way loud, like holy moly. And this was outdoors, like, and actually they were doing a co-headline thing, but Deep Purple were the last band to go on. This is probably the most notable because I had never, other than him and his short stint in Black Sabbath, I had never seen him live. Glenn Hughes doing his Deep Purple show, September 11th at the Chance in
Poughkeepsie.
There you go. That was great. I mean, this guy still can sing like a man half his age. Incredible, incredible show. And last but not least, I'm sorry, Steven, but Halloween Pumpkins United on September 15th at Irving Plaza, New York, might have been the show of the year.
One of the best ever, would you say, Pete?
What's that?
One of the best ever, would you say? Just absolutely outstandingly good.
I mean,
say yes.
My
say
favorite
yes.
Halloween show that I ever saw, certainly. Probably one of the best shows of the year. It was just amazing. I didn't anticipate how much I was going to love it. And I loved that. But, I spent the whole night in this cramped Irving Plaza, standing up for like 4 hours, couldn't move, sweating profusely, smelly people all around me. And I was like, oh my God, this sucks. But then the band played.
Yeah, sounds terrible. Sounds terrible. I wouldn't want to do
yeah.
that. Sounds terrible.
But man, so good. So good. So that was 2018 for me. Back to Simon.
Excellent. 2019. I saw, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, Kissing Dynamite's Amaranth and Powerwolf on an actual bill.
Wow.
Yay. Still can't get over Powerwolf not having an actual bassist. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is odd.
There can't be any spontaneity, can there? Because you must be playing to a click track and everything. Anyway, I did enjoy, but I was a bit grumpy about that situation. But Kissing Dynamite were magnificent.
Yeah, I was going to ask Simon, because they're an excellent band, but they feel like maybe the one that doesn't quite belong in that lineup stylistically.
I would suggest that I enjoyed them more than the others. I mean, I enjoyed all the lot a great deal, but they were excellent. And that we're coming back for a headline tour later in the year.
Still waiting.
Well, it's 2022 now, isn't it? So good luck with that, chaps. Yeah. So that was an excellent bill. April the 18th, I saw Massive Wagons at Preston Guildhall. Well, there's a venue that's closed down again, isn't it? So that sucks, doesn't it?
Mm.
That really sucks. So many venues, so closing down.
Thank you, COVID. Thank you.
Don't like it. It would have closed down anyhow, I think, given its
oh, really?
Financial state. I saw The Who. Now, I feel like I said, oh Christ, I'm not as good as Davey at this. I feel like I'm going to say next Wednesday that yeah.
No. You have.
I don't really like. I don't really like.
Said it. You said it. You said it.
I said it. Okay, I said it. Okay. My brain's too small. Yeah. I feel like I'm on record of saying I don't like The Who, aren't I? But this is Mongolia's The Who.
What?
The Mongolian metal band, The Who, HU, with really big, expansive videos.
Who?
HU.
HU. Oh, so who?
Who?
The Who.
Who?
No, The Who. It says The Who on the t-shirts. I'm telling you, they were really interesting. And sometimes interesting means shit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But not in this case. They played the hits really early. There was no support. They practiced.
There's a hit.
Yeah. Oh, you would expect me to really? The one with the motorbikes. Yeah, there you go. And they played that really early, and you think, oh shit, where do they go from here? But it was thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, thoroughly entertaining because quite how they fit, how all 38 of them fitted on the stage at Academy 3 was quite impressive.
Are you just making this stuff up, Simon?
Yes. No, I'm not.
Yes.
No.
So there's 38 people on stage.
There were only supposedly 4 of them in the band, but
and they're called the Who. They're called the Who.
No, just Who.
Who? No, he says the Who's on the t-shirt.
Yeah, The Who.
Yeah, it's not just t-shirts on the t-shirt.
From on the t-shirt that I have worn many times on the channel.
You have actually. I do remember seeing that and thinking, who?
Really? Are you so out of touch with popular culture, my young friend?
No, I'll prove so later that I'm not.
Okay, excellent. Anyway, I saw them. They were great. Yeah. Later in the year, I saw Massive Wagons, and bizarrely enough, Status Quo support Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah,
That's weird.
For over there.
Yeah.
What was the size was the venue?
It was the AO Arena.
So many does, excuse my ignorance, many does that whole Simon?
14,000 at the push, I think.
Wow. Okay.
It's a big place. I mean,
it's a proper actually. I've seen Quo play there itself, but when they were supported by Oriole Speedwagon, I think I mentioned that last time out.
Yeah.
Francis Rossi did say, if you're wondering what Status Quo were doing in a support situation, so was Status Quo. Anyhow, that was one of the best concerts of my entire life. The Skynyrd were like an absolute religious experience. Really well. But in the bit, spoiler alert at the end when they list every single member that's ever been in the band. Well, it's still going on.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it was absolutely splendid. Really, really awesome. From there, very shortly after, I saw Danny Vaughan at the Waterloo in Blackpool.
Nice.
So huge,
Thank you, Danny Vaughan.
huge venue. It's a pub. And a bit like when I went to the Anti-Nowhere League, I got really wankered. And I didn't have any tea. And yeah, Danny was so kind.
Was he?
He must have known how completely wankered I was. And he was really, he had a picture and everything. And yeah, we spoke about a mutual friend that we've got. And he didn't punch me repeatedly in the face. And I would have done. I really would have done. So yeah.
I mean, Danny does come across as a lovely chap. I've never met him. I've seen him live a couple of times. Never met him. Boy, that man can sing.
He really
can sing. Oh wow. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, if you can do it with an acoustic guitar and that's it, then and it's still great. That's the sign of a talent, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It's the sign of somebody that came along initially, very much at the wrong time. If ever a band came along at the wrong time, it was Taiketo, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Anyway, nearly done for that year. I also stepped out to the SLT Paradigm on October the 4th, 2019, and went to the Icicle Works. Ian McNabb and the Icicle Works.
There's a blast from the past.
Very much so, where he played a set consisting of his solo material and the work, and from the Icicle Works at Clitheroe, Peter. Clitheroe, spelt Clit Hero.
Clit Hero.
Yeah, Clitheroe. It's in the Ribble Valley. It's where all people go to die. Yes, so yeah, that's all I want to say from 2019. Oh no, I would like to say I saw DAD. Again, one of those bands that you wait along to see for years, and you're the only person that turns up. Or it certainly kind of felt like it for much of it, but they were great. And you know the bassist changes his guitar every song, and it's something like a hammer, and then it's a chair, another weird chair. That was fantastically entertaining. And did they do Jihad, I'm Going Mad and all the hits? Yes, they did. And was it like 1989 all over again? Yes, it was. And that very much works for me. So
there you go. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next.
I'm just thinking of the misfortune that you didn't see one of the bands that you saw in 2018 in the town that you saw that show in 2019. I'll let other people put those together and make their own jokes. So anyway, look at the thought that's happening there. Look at that. Look, right. So I've made a pussy joke and I've made a clit joke. Anyway,
Clitheroe, Steven. Clitheroe. It's just spelled what Clit Hero. Clitheroe. Demonetized. Yes.
Okay, so pretending that never happened, on the 21st of March 2019, if ever you needed proof that a venue makes a show, it was seeing the Pineapple Thief at St. Luke's in Glasgow. And St. Luke's is, as its name suggests, a converted church, and the Pineapple Thief and their kind of ethereal, gentle but hammering prog is exactly the right sort of music for a venue like that. It was the third time that I'd seen the band. They've always been good, but it was raised by the whole experience. The sound was fantastic. It made the audience much more respectful than when I'd seen him in the ABC2, when there was the last down the front taking selfies with Bruce Seward, that he was not wanting to be part of because he was singing at the time. And it was just a completely different vibe, and it was absolutely brilliant. They're a great band, but that was head and shoulders the best time that I'd seen them. 9th of May 2019, we are not on a retainer. I have to stress at this point to mention the three words "cats in space" on every show, but I did see them at the Oranmore in Glasgow. It is the only time that I've seen them so far, because I'm promised a theatre show from the band in Scotland very soon. Not that I'm holding Greg to that. Okay, they were everything that we say that they are. Just astounding. It was still Paul Manzi who was fronting the band at the time. But the harmonies and the vocals on stage, just how damn tight they are, but just how much fun they are. And that's a thing that we maybe don't stress enough when we talk about this band and the music, is just how much fun they are. But it's not the dumb fun that we seem to get these days as fun. I think bands and projects and labels feel the need to dress up in stupid costumes and name their songs daft things, or call it pirate metal or Viking metal, or I don't know, whatever the flavour of the minute is at that point. It can be fun because it's just a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's dead clever at the same time, and Cats in Space are all of those things. Live, they're incredible, and I will definitely see them again at some point. That's the only time I have so far, and that's all. I've only got the 2 for 2019, but it's 2 great ones.
It is. It is. And Greg, I know you're watching, but got to come here to the US as well. If you're going to go to Scotland, got to come here. So we'll see what happens. That's right. All right. So 2019, got to see one gentleman for the first time ever, believe it or not, March the 1st, Elton John at the TransUnion Center in Albany, New York. That was like a bucket list thing for me. I will say I was a little disappointed. I think because my expectations were too high. He was great, but I think I expected to leave there like, wow, that was the greatest thing ever. And instead I left, I was like, that was really good. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better if I would have seen him years ago. I don't know. It was good. Played everything I wanted to hear, but I don't know. Something seemed like something was lacking a little bit, but I can't complain about anything. That's weird. I think it's just one of those expectations were too high. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. So Dream Theater.
It's not like it.
Count Basie Theater. I'll say no more. Dream Theater. The shirt that Simon's wearing, Michael Schenker Fest, May the 11th at Irving Plaza, New York. Also similar, like wonderful vibes from that show as in the Halloween show, because I think I really kind of like these, let's get everybody back together to do this grand spectacle. And that again was like 3 hours of Michael Schenker Group classics and some UFO classics with all the original singers there. It was amazing. Saw Judas Priest again. I was just seeing Priest every couple of months with Uriah Heep, May the 18th at the Palace Theater in Albany, New York. Another bucket list guy, ironically, kind of similar to the first one, Billy Joel, July the 11th at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Never saw Billy Joel before. I will say out of the two of them, I enjoyed the Billy Joel show a little bit more. I expected it to be the other way around. Weird, right? Rolling Stones, MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, June the 17th. They were really good, and I had seen them before. This was only my second time seeing them, but it was in a stadium full of like 80,000 people. I was sitting way up top, nosebleed, and quite frankly, there were a lot of assholes in the audience that night. Just obnoxious drunk people who really aren't even Stones fans that just wanted to go to an event, and everybody drinks way too much and acts like idiots. And I kind of, after that show, I was like, you know what? I think I'm done with these big, huge stadium shows. I just don't enjoy them anymore. So there was that.
Because you can go to smaller venues and you can have people like Simon who are in exactly the same kind of condition.
But it's better. At least you have some room. You can move somewhere else and you can walk around. It's like, but
I'm only quoting yourself, Simon. I mean, Wine Cups tells you all you need to know.
Yes. I'm a very well-behaved jolly drunk. I am also the world's most truthful drunk.
Well, that's good.
That's not good. That's dangerous.
I know.
Hey, honesty is good, right?
Yeah.
In the right circumstances.
King Crimson, 50th anniversary show, Radio City Music Hall, September 21st. Amazing. One of the best shows I've ever seen. Great. And last but not least, Kansas, December 14th at the Beacon Theater. Also amazing. They played all of Leftoverture and Point of No Return. Fantastic. I love these kind of classic album shows, especially when they play two in one night. So that was great. That was it for me for 2019. Now the light years come. So did anybody see anything in 2020, the year of our COVID-19?
I saw Anvil 2 days before the lockdown.
Oh, so you and I were at a show, I think like the same night, basically, right?
I've got the dates for the European tour. I saw them in Halifax at the Lantern, which is a venue that was now closed down. And it's quite early in the tour. So by God, did they lose a lot of money or a lot of dates?
It's a shame.
It really did. It was a huge tour. Absolutely huge, and they got about that bit down the first row. Yeah, I know I've mentioned this, but I say I saw them, but I didn't because I'm far too fucking short.
Don't you hate those tall people that go to shows? Yeah, I know. It's like everybody's got to stand up. It's like, yeah, I know. It can get annoying.
That was it for me for quite a while after that.
Okay. So, Steven, you saw nothing in 2020?
Nothing in 2020 at all. No.
I only saw Sons of Apollo, February the 8th at the Bergen Performing Arts Center in New Jersey. That was amazing, but it was one of the loudest shows I ever saw in my life. Painfully loud. Tony McAlpine opened up. They were really good. He was really good in his band. Sons of Apollo were great, but man, it was so loud. I mean, like hurtful loud. And I had earplugs, but they were amazing. I want to go see them again, like when they're not quite as loud, so I can hear more of the subtleties. But they were killing it on stage. But poof, so loud. And then a couple weeks later, bloop, that's it, done. Simon, 2021, anything?
2021, yes. Just to annoy Steven Reid, I went back to seeing concerts in 2021, and I think, Stephen, you know where I'm going with this one. I went to Wigan, Wigan Boulevard. Yep, to see that band that Ginger used to be in. That's right, the Choir Boys in acoustic mode. Yeah, me and not many other people again. There seems to be a theme.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Is it because they're shit?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's where you're going, but I wholeheartedly disagree because I really like them. And imagine my surprise.
Simon, was it 7 o'clock? Did they have a party?
Yes, they did. Yeah. But let's move along, shall we? Because imagine my surprise when they kicked out the only recognizable member of the band. But hey, there we go. And then I was not going to see another of Stephen's favorite bands, the Dorkness, because I can't remember who was in support. But I thought I really should go and see the Darkness. My other best friends seen them. And then the sports I got coveted off, and Massey Wagon stepped in, and I love Massey Wagons. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I really should do an album homework assignments about them. And they were great, and the Darkness were brilliant. Justin Hawkins is one of the best frontmen I have ever seen. I can see you doing those things, Steve. I can see you. But they were great. Really great. I see you as well. Just because you think it's
I was just saying, you got those eyes on top of your head and on the side. I know you see all. I know. Just confirming.
See all, and more importantly, know all.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Anyway, that was it for 2021. I was festive as fuck because that was in December.
Yeah. Stephen?
Okay, so the 24th of November, 2021, I went to see New Model Army, who were doing not their 40th anniversary tour, because it was now their 41st anniversary tour, as is the way with so many of these things. And because of that, because it was an anniversary tour, they played for the best part of 3 hours. Oh man, it was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I love New Model Army, such an underrated band. Very political, very topical. Their songs are more relevant now than they were when they wrote them right across all of the decades that they've been together. But live, they're just incredible, really nuanced, really hard hitting. And as I say, as relevant now as they've ever been. Absolute fantastic fantasy. But my return to gig going was on the 11th of October, so just slightly before that, where I stepped outside of the SOT paradigm, as Simon likes to say, with Nothing But Thieves. So I went to see, because I'm down with the kids. I am down with the kids. See, you old folk, I'll sit and go, who's that? I don't know who that is. See, I've got kids that like music. So that's how I know about these kind of bands. It's kind of like a more straight ahead Muse, is what it is. It's rock music, but it has got a little bit of bombast. Man, oh man, do they look shit on stage. I mean, the fashions are incredibly bad. I mean, we're talking, it's like the 90s. Yeah, they looked worse than that on stage.
Wow.
Shit.
I mean, yeah, they look worse than
12.
It really was like shell suit. So I was definitely one of the oldest. Well, one there. There were not very many people who were, I don't know, old.
Yeah.
But they're a really good band. They were great live. And they were supported by an act that I will mention in just a minute, because I've mentioned them before on the show, but in a different light. It wasn't really them that I mentioned in a different light, but I mentioned the show in a different light. But yeah, Nothing But Thieves. Excellent. There's lots of good new music out there that the youth are listening to. There's a lot of shit, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit out there. And the mainstream stuff that is shoved down their throat and our throat, and certainly on mainstream media here in the UK, is what can commonly be known as utter garbage. But thankfully, there is some really good stuff out there that can fill rooms like the Glasgow Barrowland, which holds a couple of thousand, and get absolutely rabid following from younger people, and really deserve it. They're really good, really tight. So yeah, check them out. Nothing But Thieves. That was my welcome back to gig going, and it was absolutely brilliant. So that's my 2021.
Yeah, my welcome back to live music was September 26th at Bethel Woods, the old Woodstock site. That was ZZ Top. And that was my first show back, and it was outdoors, so it was kind of cool, right? Because everybody here was kind of like, wow, should we be going to shows? You know, they're starting to book stuff. And I remember distinctly, it was hilarious. Like, it was late September, so by the time like 7 p.m. rolled around, it got really cold outside, like cold, like it dipped into the 50s. And I went with Ryan Scow from the Hudson Valley Squares, and he was wearing just a t-shirt with no sleeves. He didn't bring a jacket, and he was freezing. And I brought a hoodie with myself. I brought like jeans in the car because I went there wearing shorts. But so I was fine. But he's sitting there the whole time. He's like, "Oh my God, it's so cold! It's so cold." But it was great. ZZ Top were amazing. And this was shortly after Dusty Hill passed away, so it was kind of bittersweet, but it was definitely a cool show.
I need to convert,
yes,
right? Because of the way the world is these days, we talk temperature quite often. What is 50 and what we would talk? You talk Fahrenheit, we talk whatever we talk.
Yeah, so I guess that, what is it, 30 difference, I think, right? Isn't, because you're Celsius, so I think 50 degrees Fahrenheit is, I think it's what, 20 your temperature, I think. I'm not quite sure.
That's hot.
Right. Yeah, see, you're going, that's chilly, and we're kind of going, that's summer.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting stupid temperatures like it's 37 at the weekend. Supposedly it's meant to be, which is just bonkers.
50 degrees at night here is considered chilly, especially if you're just wearing a thin t-shirt with no sleeves on it and you're sitting outdoors.
Oh, no, okay, I'll give you that. It's 10 Celsius.
Oh, 10
That's
Celsius.
chilly. I'll give you that. That's chilly. Even as a Scotsman, it's not cold, but it is chilly. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it was chilly.
It's nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm ready for that right now, actually. But let's see. My first indoor show was Pat Metheny, jazz guitar legend. That was November 19th at the Troy Savings Bank. And no, it wasn't. It was a former bank. Now it's a music hall up in Troy, New York, upstate. I actually went to that show with Eric Porter. Right. That was great. That was my first indoor show. And it was really weird because you had to go in with your vaccination card and you had to wear your mask the entire show. And I remember one point I'm sitting there and there was a lot of people in there. The chairs are small. And I'm like, I put my mask down a little bit just so I can breathe a little bit. Someone came walking up to me like, mask up. And I'm like, Jesus, okay. Let me move it up that quarter of an inch. So like, whatever. But really, really good show. And then the only other two, December 4th, except at the Chance Theater in
Poughkeepsie.
Yes, Simon, don't go away, because I also saw, oh, sorry, this is not Poughkeepsie, Blue Oyster Cult, a week later, December 11th, at the Paramount Theater in Middletown, New York. And that was a really cool BOC show. That's it. That was
Middletown.
Middletown, there you go. He's got the New York thing down very, very well. All right. We've come across to 2022, which we realize is not done yet, but I think we've all seen a couple things this year, right? So, Simon, what do you got?
I've seen shitloads. Yes, I really have. I've seen the band that I've seen more times than any other. I've seen them this year.
I would imagine.
I have. I've also seen the former lead singer solo this year. I also went back to Blackpool and found out I'm not banned. And I saw Romeo's Daughter, and that's the one that went on till quarter to midnight. Are they taking the piss? Really? Didn't enjoy that. That's sleepy bedtime. But no. Travel all the way to Norwich to watch Burnley get dicked. But the night before, I went to see FM, Grand Slam. That was great. Then on the 4th of May this year, and I don't know if I've actually mentioned this at all, I saw Hammerfall, but equally importantly, I saw Halloween. Take a sip of drink. Feels smug.
Oh no, that's no good. It's all right. So we're at the end of the episode anyway, Steven. So.
Because I'm a professional. And then, and this is what I really wanted to say, I saw Alice Cooper not too long ago. And Stephen's correct, there are quite a lot of young bands out there that are really good. I saw Creeper, they were excellent. Really, really good. But in between Creeper and Alice Cooper were The Cult.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, now, I have never really liked The Cult.
Really?
They've never really floated my boat. But let me tell you, 10 songs of Cult is just the right amount. Didn't outstay the... No, seriously.
Did the right thing.
Didn't outstay the welcome. Played the songs that you've heard. Billy Duffy's an excellent guitarist.
Yeah.
I think a bit longer and I would have been like... But for me, I was just the exact right amount of that particular band. But what I would say is that I got to go for nothing. That's right. I got what many people describe as a free ticket. Ask me why.
Well, why?
Well, my friend or acquaintance, because it's not really a friend, he got tickets for himself and a lady. Oh, yeah. And see if you can understand this. He said, I'll get us tickets to see Alice Cooper. She went, fine. I've got us tickets to see Alice Cooper. She went, great. He said, the Cult are in support. She said, I'm not going. How fucking odd is that?
Yeah.
Well, they are officially the love removal machine.
Very much so. But, Jesus Christ, I mean...
That is extreme.
Sorry?
That is quite an extreme reaction.
Yeah, go to the bar or something, or at least give them
and something else to do for the hour they're on stage or whatever.
But give them a chance. I gave them a chance. I'm very, very pleased that I've seen them. But just to go, no, it's really, really odd. But yeah, I got to go for now. So job's a good one. I've seen others this year, but some of those might be making their way into the You've Seen Who 2 section.
Okay, so I say that, I didn't mention it because I've left my one disappointing one till the end, and I'll do that. So I'll do 2022 first. Okay, so I've only put down 2. One was Zucchero, which I saw recently, which maybe doesn't fall in the SOT paradigm or not. I don't know if Zucchero does. It was very good. And they had a massive band on stage, and it was just an absolutely joyous event, utterly phenomenal, only about 3/4 full in the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow. So we basically got the balcony to ourselves, because what the venue decided to do was there's a balcony at the back and then it goes down the side. It's one of these very rectangle venues. If you buy a seat down the side, you spend the night doing this to watch the band. It's not comfortable. It's not, thank you very much for coming. It's not comfortable. Further down you're okay, but near the back it's really not comfortable. I've seen Jackson Brown there and genuinely spent the night like this.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, he was still good, but at the end of the night, I was driving home like this.
Yeah. It's like locked into
that for a week.
At least your car was there.
Absolutely. At least it was still there in the locked car park that I struggled to get back into with one of these cars. But that's another story entirely. That's from a long time ago. So Zucchero was excellent, and they moved all the people at the side, both sides, down to fill out the stalls so that there would actually be an atmosphere down there. So we were left at the back with, I don't know, about another 15 people, 20 people maybe. We were a very odd atmosphere, but it was quite nice having like the whole row to just 2 of us. It's really quite good. But then still having an atmosphere. It did feel a little bit like watching a DVD in many ways, because the show was there. We had that panoramic view because we were high up and at the back. And you got that atmosphere, all the noise was there, but at the end of the song, you were kind of like, Anyone? No one? Fine.
Like they were playing the show just for you guys.
Yeah, it was a strange experience, but one that I'm glad that I had. And the gig was absolutely brilliant, I have to say. Then 4th of March at the Glasgow Garage, one of the bands that opened for Nothing But Thieves. And I have spoken about this gig before because that was the night where I had words with security because they wouldn't let us buy merch after the show and various things. But the band was called Yonica. Okay, so Yonica are a refreshingly difficult band to tie down style-wise. They've got elements of pop in there. They've got elements of rock in there. They are heavy, full of massive riffs, and they've got a very young attitude. They have, and bear with me here, okay, there are elements of kind of a little bit of electronics in there, and there are elements of hip hop in there. I mean, it shouldn't make very much sense to me. It shouldn't be my kind of thing. And yet, because I've been exposed to it by my kids, I'm kind of like, okay, actually, there's enough here to make me ask, so who's that then? So they say, oh, that's Yonica, Dad. And you're like, right, okay. So the front lady is called Teresa Jarvis, and she is absolutely captivating. She has got so much charisma, so much stage presence, and she has got the best fuck you attitude in the entire world. I mean, and she owns a venue. She absolutely owns a venue. And she does all these ridiculous kind of hip hop moves and all this sorts. And I mean, a guy of my age should be going, I don't well think so. But they're absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So we saw them open for Nothing But Thieves. And my comment as we left was, I'd love to see them under their own steam, you know, in a venue that they can ram full of their fans and do their show. And that's what we got at the Garage. And oh wow, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And they've got new music on the way. I'm thoroughly excited to hear it. So yeah, Yonica, Yonaka, Yonica is the name of that band. And they're so down with the kids that I've struggled to find their music on physical format. The last album only came out on vinyl because people requested it that much. It's not actually, it's never come out on a CD. The earlier ones did, but they're very, very good. So the other one I want to mention, I'm mentioning it for a reason, was actually my return to gigs. I like to think of Nothing But Thieves being my return because on the 21st of September 2021, well, I saw the Wild Harps at Stirling Albert Hall, and it wasn't very good. Oops. And I've seen the Wild Harps quite a lot. Are they the band I've seen most? I actually don't know, people. I genuinely don't know. Okay, I don't know. You can guess that if you want, because I don't know, but I will tell you at some point. And it was just all wrong. It was, I think, nearly everybody's first gig back from lockdown. Stirling is not really known as Scotland's rock capital, as in they don't put on any shows there, really. Somebody in the comments will go, yeah, I've seen such. Yeah, I mean, in percentage-wise, they put on maybe 0.2% a year of the rock shows that happen in Scotland. So it's not a rock city. It just isn't. The room is way too big. So, I mean, by way too big, I mean at least 3 times larger than the crowd needed it to be. And instinctively, as I said about the Pineapple Thief, a venue can make a gig. The band were great that night. They played really well. The Pineapple Thief were in the right venue. It made it something special. It made it something really special. And that's where they've gone back to in Glasgow since. The Wild Hearts were in the wrong room and it impacted on everything about them. They're a band that needs to feed off the frenzy that's in front of them. Put people in the big room, they fill the big room. So there's the hardcore down the front, and then there's the kind of people who would usually be at the edge of that and would kind of join in. Well, they're now backing away from this. And then the wall huggers, well, they're miles away because they're still hugging the wall at the back. And the lights were on and the doors at the side, it took you up the sides to the balcony. It's another one of these venues, funnily enough. So the further back you go, the lighter the room got, which made it very odd. And then there were a few people that kind of thought, well, do you know what? This is not floating my boat the way I expected it to. I'll go and sit in the balcony. And the suit and tie security came and removed them all. Not allowed in the balcony tonight, but they had everything open for ventilation because those were the regulations at that point. And we had to queue to get in, and then you had to go and give them your name and address and the name of the person that bought the tickets because you had the original tickets, but they didn't count because you could have got a refund, but you didn't have to send your ticket back. So they wouldn't let you in with that ticket in case you got your refund but still had that ticket. it was just one of those nights where you kind of thought, yeah, this isn't going great. And then the band came out, and within a couple of songs, Ginger Wildheart has said, so we shouldn't really play Stirling, should we? Because there was nothing for them to feed off, and they needed that. And at that point, you thought, well, this is going to be okay. Because you thought, well, if they're not into it, well, they're not into it. And they weren't into it. And it was okay. They played all the songs I wanted to hear. Well, not all, because I could listen to Wild Hearts for weeks. They played lots of the songs I wanted to hear. I didn't walk out and think, oh, I could have had this and I could have had that. And set was great. Some new stuff, lots of old stuff, lots of rare stuff. They all played fantastically well. There was no vibe, there was no atmosphere on stage or off stage. And since then, as they do, they've all fallen out. Three of the guys kind of talked, well, I think two maybe talked to each other because CJ and Rich are touring together with Scott Sorry, that used to be the bassist, but all in their separate bands. That's next month. I will be there. But they don't speak to Ginger anymore, it would appear. I'm guessing, surmising, please don't sue me. And Danny had, if you want to go and read some of the stories that came out after that tour, with the way that he was interacting with lots of individuals, or not, as the case may be, who talks to who and all the sort of stuff, I don't know. So unfortunately, it feels like, and I've said this before, that may well be the last time that I ever see the band. And it was just one of those nights we got back to the car and we just kind of went, it's all right, yeah. And that's what it was. And a band that I love so much, that was all right, really means it's the worst I've ever seen them. And it probably was the worst I've ever seen them.
Kind of sucks.
That was,
if that's the last time, that kind of sucks when you to look back on. You're like, the last time was the worst time.
Yeah, and it may well. I mean, who knows? Wild Hearts, you never know. You really never know, because they've hated each other, they loved each other, and that's just the way that relationship has always gone. Feels quite final this time. Things have been said out in the open, in public, because social media is a thing that can't really be taken back anymore. Yeah. So feels pretty much like that. My last experience with the Wild Hearts was one that I won't forget, but was remarkably forgettable.
Yeah.
And that's me. That's that. I'm done.
All right, what do we got here? So I saw a handful of things this year. So March, I think I started going to see things this year. Overkill at the Chance in
Poughkeepsie.
There you go. Very good, Simon. March 16th, Wishbone Ash at the Egg in Albany, New York. Very good show. Not a lot of people showed up. It was really good. Martin Barr, the former guitar player from Jethro Tull, March 24th at Bethel Woods. Saw that with Eric Porter. And then
excuse me.
Yes.
You can only say the former Woodstock site when you say that.
Oh yes, the former Woodstock site. There you go. Sorry. Good catch, Simon. Good catch. Yes.
Thank you.
That is very important.
It is. Yeah.
Yes. Also saw Judas Priest again. All right. In the end of March. So I saw 4 in March. Although and this Judas Priest show was with Queensryche opening, but kind of sucked because I caught COVID at that show. So that kind of sucked, but whatever. And my first gig back after COVID, I went to see Symphony X and Haken at the Wellmont Theater in New Jersey. That was excellent. And then most recently, it's funny how Simon talks about seeing the Cult this year, and they only played 10 songs. Well, I saw the Cult in a headline show, and they only played 13 songs. They played like 70 minutes. When was the last time we saw a headliner only play 70 minutes? But they were really good. I had never seen them before. That was at the College Street Music Hall in Connecticut. So, and then I've got Styx, REO Speedwagon, and Loverboy next week up at Saratoga Performing Arts Center. I think that's all I have until Iron Maiden in October. So,
yeah, I've got loads for later in the year. I've had very few up till now. Loads for later in the year. I've got Lillian Axe in a couple of weeks, Saxon, Arena, Marillion, loads. It's gone from hardly anything to everything all at once. All the stuff that's been
not much. But the problem is everybody here is playing like in the same 2 weeks span in October. So you can only go to so much. So it's like I'm going to a film festival and I'm going to see Maiden. I was like, oh, that's it, because I can't go to all the other ones. Like literally in the same weekend, I think like Maiden's playing, Michael Schenker's playing, Judas Priest is playing, and another band like in like a 3-day span. I think Accept are playing like the same weekend too. And I'm like, well, how are you supposed to go to all these, right? You just can't. You can't. Bad booking 101. Don't book your gig the same weekend as Iron Maiden or Judas Priest. Don't do it. So, yeah. So there you have it, everybody. Some of our favorite gigs, notable gigs from 2018 to 2022. Down in the comments, you know what to do. List some of your most notable shows that you've seen over the last couple of years. And we got a good one for you next week. We're going to return back to favorite and least favorite albums for a band that these two gentlemen were talking about on Twitter without consulting me. But then once I found out about it, I was like, yay, I can do that, because we're gonna do Toto. I love Toto. Very cool. Simon's got this very confused look on his face, like, are we doing that?
Okay, yeah, fine, yeah. I just don't know where we are in the schedule.
Oh, okay, that's where we are.
This has come up from a guy who emailed me 2 days ago to ask what the schedule was.
Ah, okay.
Because yeah,
Simon's too busy grading papers or whatever. You know.
last week's Halloween was great, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
Am I now on the right page?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes, everybody's loving that Halloween episode. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Great.
We'll be
amount of
returning
views.
after Toto. We will be returning to ranking the songs on classic albums. So that's to be determined. So that'll be
Well,
cool.
Simon has a suggestion, but
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that off air. So awesome. So thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in next week for favorite and least favorite albums of Toto here on the UK Connection. And while you're waiting, visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Hope to see everybody in just a little over a month and a half at SOT Fall Fest in.
oh, come on, for Fall Fest.
Do you know I'm not a performing seal, don't you?
I do, absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Is it by any chance at the any chance at the Chance Theatre in Poughkeepsie?
It is, Simon. I'm so glad you asked.
I'll for next week. For next week, I'll summon up some like proper energy for next week.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. I know you said it way too many times today. I apologize.
Throw it to me again next week when we do Toto.
Toto, indeed.
Toto. We're doing Toto. Got it.
Toto. There you go. So thanks for watching, everybody. This has been fun. For Simon Bray and Steven Reid, I am Pete Pardo. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you tomorrow for ranking the albums, and then Monday starts again with Hudson Valley Squares. So take care, everybody. Have a good one.